Hello, everyone. My name is Imad, and today I wanted to talk to you about IBM's financial analysis. Why IBM? As you all know, I work for IBM, and I am very excited about the future of the company. So we're gonna go together for a quick financial analysis. First, we're gonna start by a little brief history. As you all know, IBM is a 110 years old company. It's been around for quite a while. It started as a computing, tabulating, recording company. Then the name changed in 1924 to International Business Machine. But throughout the 100 years, or the 110 years that IBM operated within, uh, it made big changes into our world. So as we all know, IBM was most famous for mainframe business. Then it started the personal computer business, and it enabled other companies such as Apple and Microsoft to compete against and be leaders into the personal computer business. But also IBM led with many different innovations such as the magnetic disk, as we know, the hard drive, and many different software solutions that many people don't know about. Next, we're going to talk about the recent event that happened to the company. So in July 2019, IBM closed its biggest acquisition of Red Hat Enterprise Linux Inc., which was acquired for $34 billion. This was very significant for IBM since they will enable to compete in the hybrid multi-cloud business, and it allows better growth for the company in general. Also in April 2020, Ginny Rometty, the previous CEO of IBM, stepped down from its role, and Arvind Krishna was appointed as the new leader. And with an extensive background in Watson AI and IBM Cloud, Arvind is the main force that basically allowed the acquisition of Red Hat, and he's the man of the next decade for IBM. And we hope to see a lot of growth with Arvind in the future. In also in Q4 of last year, IBM announced that it will spin off its services division. They chose the name Kyndryl. This was basically 2 weeks ago. So this new company already started its business with over 1,500 clients and $40 billion in revenue every year. What does that mean? So $40 billion in revenue, if you take that out from IBM's $77 billion yearly revenue, now IBM has allowed for better growth for its hybrid cloud, and now we could focus its resource towards a different strategy, which is the hybrid multi-cloud market. Um, so as of today, as we can see, IBM's focus is mainly into becoming a leader into the hybrid cloud AI and machine learning business. With this spin-off of Kyndryl, IBM has the room for growth, and it will enable also the R&D to grow, especially in the quantum computing field, because IBM believes that quantum computing is the future of computing in general. Now let's talk about a quick financial analysis. So we went over the ROA, ROE, and the debt to equity ratio. What does that mean? So if we can see, IBM has 3.6% of ROA, which is basically around the industry or the technology industry average, right? So if we compare this from 2018, we see a decline of 3.5% into return on assets, as well as return on equity, minus 24.6%. If we ask what was the reason behind this, as we can see, IBM has made big acquisitions, and due to that, there are many changes that happened within the company, the restructuring of the workforce, uh, the long-term debt that the company has acquired. All of these, they affect those ratios, especially the debt to equity ratio, right? Now, if we talk about the DuPont ratios, we can see that the operating efficiency is about 7.59%. It has declined about 4.6% from 2018. the total asset turnover is about 0.47, which is basically around the industry average of 0.52. The financial leverage or the equity multiplier of the company is about 7.53, and the assets to sale ratio is about 22.49. If we compare all these ratios to the industry average, we find IBM in a very, very healthy position compared to the industry as a whole. And basically, the the profitability of the company is stable, and this will later on reflect into its stock. So this is the financial highlight from 1Q, or last quarter of 2021. And as we can see, revenue of $17.7 billion came in Q1. This is with the spinoff of the new company. So as we can see, the company has actually allowed room for growth, and we can see 18% of cloud growth revenue already happened in Q1 of 2020. Many other exciting news in the future. There's growth in systems and growth in software, which is the most profitable or the highest margin product that IBM sells. Now, if we talk about the stock, we can see that IBM stock has increased basically in the last 2 decades. It went from an average of $70 to about an average of $135 per share. And if we look at the overall trend in the past 20 years, we see a lot of similarity with the S&P 500 index. And this is very understandable because IBM is part of the S&P 500, and basically its financial situation reflects or directly reflects the situation of the economy. So this was my quick IBM financial analysis. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much.